everybody, welcome back to my channel. Hope everybody's having a great day. Hope everything going your way today. Today, I'm coming you with a palette collection video. Yes, today I'm going to be showing you what I consider to be my Valentine's Day inspired palettes. Yes, it's all about the love today. So, if you want to just hang out with me and see some of the Valentine's Day inspired palettes in my collection, then just keep on watching. Everybody, let's get started. Man. Okay, guys, so yeah. There's absolutely zero time for small talk today, guys, because I'm really excited to get on with this here video. And I'm sure, as you can tell by the intro and the thumbnail, I'm going to be showing you today some Valentine's Day inspired palettes in my collection. And while my collection may not be as large as some, it's most definitely larger than most. So yeah, now's the time to go grab yourself a snack. So yeah, it's Sunday in my town, so go ahead and get you some meatloaf, some green beans, some greens, macaroni, dressing, sweet potatoes, banana pudding, maybe even some peach cobbler, guys. Definitely get you a soda or some Kool-Aid, because this video here is about to be about murder. So let's get started. Okay, guys, and while I usually film a video of this sort in my film room, I decided I wanted to use a little natural light today. And yeah, I also decided I'm going to still be enjoying my Christmas tree. Yes, guys, the Christmas tree is still up, guys. It's still up. But don't fret, guys. Next time you see this video, I will not have a Christmas tree up. It'll be more like a Valentine's Day Christmas tree, because I feel like I'm only going to switch out the ornaments. Because I'm just not ready to take it down yet. So now that we got that part out the way, let's get into this video. Okay, guys, now we'll not be doing many swatches in this video because, yeah, this video is going to be long enough without it. But okay, guys, now as I was saying before, I was unruly interrupted by the transport of things that we totally need to live. Yeah, I got freight trains in my town, guys. I live right off the track. But as I was saying, guys, I will not be really doing a lot of swatches because this video is going to be long enough without it. But I will touch on maybe one or two swatches, you know, because your girl Lily can't help it. But now that we got that part out the way, guys, let's just start. So yeah, so the first palette I would like to show you guys, my peeps, is the one I'm wearing on my eyes today. This one is the Lime Crime Venus XL palette. Guys, this is a gorgeous palette. Now, I actually filmed this look. I did a Throwback Tuesday, Valentine's Day version. And guys, this palette is uber old, guys, uber old. I want to say, what was this, 2017, 2018, something like that? Definitely not new, because they even came out with a Venus XL too. Then they came out with like the Venus, Best of Venus, and all this other stuff. Yeah, this is an older one. But guys, do you see why I say this is Valentine inspired? Guys, this is beautiful. It's got your pinks in there. It's got like a little bit of purple vibes in there. Guys, it's just a cute palette. And guys, I really love this shade Passion right here. Guys, this is a pretty palette. Now, what I will tell you about this palette is this, guys. While it is a pretty palette, it is most definitely matte heavy. And the shades in here that are considered shimmers, like, I want to say Eden is one. And I want to say Inspire is one. They don't come off shimmery, guys. They do not. They're more like ethereal type satins, if you will. And then ethereal as well. See, guys, what I mean? These are more like satins. But it doesn't matter, guys, because I was still able to get a very pretty look out this. So if you're looking for a Valentine's palette that like has a lot of mattes in it and a great formula, this is a good one, because I had zero problems with the mattes. each time I use the palette, and I've used it twice, guys, this is just a pretty palette. And I would say Lime Crime, every now and then they have sales. I have not gone on this site in a while, guys. I don't even know if they're still in business. I don't even know if this palette's still on there. I'm not going to hold you. But this is most definitely what I would consider a Valentine's Day inspired palette. Okay, guys, this second palette I have here is by Kylie Jenner. This is the Kylie Jenner Pressed Powder palette. Now, guys, this is not a totally pink palette, but when you look at it, guys, look at that color story. That color story is so stinking cute. And what I really like about this palette, and why I still picked it to be Valentine's Day inspired, even though it's not totally pink, you know, everybody doesn't wear pink for Valentine's Day. You've got that neutral choice in there. You know, you got the nice little, you know, coppery golds, and then you got like cranberry. You've got some nudes in there too. But guys, these pinks are gorgeous, guys. They're gorgeous. And I want to say, I've actually used this palette more than once. I may have used this palette a couple times, guys, if I'm being honest. I'm almost sure I have, guys. Yes, guys. Yes. And these shades are really nice. Now, I will tell you this, too, about these shades. These shades are also sort of like the Lime Crime shades, with the exception of, like, the neutral shimmers. Because, guys, that's a neutral shimmer there. And then the rest of these are, like, satins. But every time I use this palette, I enjoy it because the mattes are very nice. And, guys, this bright pink right here, yes. This bright pink is going, okay? It's definitely going. And again, guys, I'm not disappointed in the formula at all. And it's just something about, when I look at this palette, I see Valentine's Day. And the fact that you've got this deepening shade right here, this nice little black, I think it's called Obsidian. Yeah, this is a nice palette, guys. I'm not going to hold you. It's a nice palette. Then you got the little white there. Yeah, so this is definitely a nice one. I want to say this might have been limited edition though, guys. I don't know if she has this one anymore, but this is what I would also consider a Valentine's Day inspired palette. Okay, guys, this next palette is also by Lime Crime. This is the Lime Crime Venus 3 palette. Now, guys, this palette, when I saw this palette, it had me in such a chokehold. I feel like I didn't even wait for a sale, or did I wait for a sale? I might have waited for a sale, guys. I might have, but guys, look at this palette. That palette is gorgeous. And yes, guys, I know. These are not really pinks in this palette. It's more so like purples and things like that with some neutral. But guys, come on now, guys. Come on now. The thing about it is Valentine's Day colors are evolving. I mean, they're even considering green's non-traditional Valentine's Day color now. But I consider pinks, reds, purples, things like that. Anything that looks nice, soft, and girly, that can be Valentine's Day inspired. Now, these shades in this pan, though, they are a little more hard pressed than I would like them to be. And again, guys, Lime Crime is never gonna give you like those shimmers that you're looking for, like the boom bam in your face shimmers. That's not what Lime Crime is. But guys, these are really cute soft colors. Like, guys, they just are. They are very soft, very cute. Yeah. So these are those shades right here. And while this is not like the best formula I have in my collection by any stretch, anytime I do a declutter, for some reason, this never makes it in there. And I mean, I think I have decluttered a couple of the Venus palettes. I want to say. I'm almost sure I have. But this one just stays in my collection and it makes the cut every time. I do consider this a Valentine's Day inspired palette. Okay, guys, this next palette here, I've never even used this palette. I think I might have swatched it when I first got it, and that was years ago. And I don't even know if this is even in rotation anymore. But it's by Lancome. I've got the Lancome Monsoor Big eyeshadow palette. Now, guys, does it have any other name than that? No, that's what it is. Guys, first of all, look at the packaging, okay? This packaging is so stinking cute. And I feel like that's what sucked me in because, I mean, I wasn't checking for Lancome like that. Like, Lancome, they're good for foundation, fragrances. Maybe even lipstick, but even that's kind of touch and go with me. But guys, look at this color story. Guys, that color story is amazeballs. Okay, this is a nice little color story. It's got a nice array of pinks in there. And then you even have like some of your neutrals, things like that. And the thing about it is, it's got three little compartments. So you got, this is the big crush right here. This is date night or big night. This is big night right here. So that's like nighttime inspired. And then this one is big date. Okay. Guys, this is a pretty palette. And I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying not to blind you. There we go. That's a better angle. This is just a really cute color story. Now, are these like revolutionary shimmers? No. Absolutely not. Okay. Most definitely not. Positively not. But I feel like I knew what I was getting into when I got this palette, guys. I really did. But it's cute, okay? They're cute. I mean, it's Valentine's Day inspired. I mean, it's got the heart and everything. I mean, yeah. This seems like this would be probably more of like a buildable formula, if I'm being honest. But for now, guys, I feel like this is more so a novelty for me. Just so pretty in my collection to just keep on my shelf. But yeah, nonetheless, guys, I consider this a Valentine's Day inspired palette. Okay, guys, now this next palette, without question, I stand 10 toes down on it. This is most definitely a Valentine's Day inspired palette. This is the Smoke and Roses palette by ColourPop. Now, guys, this palette had me in a chokehold. I feel like this was during the time, though, when I really wasn't doing much videos on my channel. I think I was on a sabbatical at this time, but your girl Lily loves pinks. And it's something about this palette it's just so pretty. Like, you guys, my peeps, knows what it looks like. It stayed sold out for a little while, guys. It really did, guys. It really did. But look at the pinks. It's got a nice array of pinks in there. You do have, like, this burgundy. And it's just an overall soft palette. Okay? It's just cute, guys. It's just cute. And I'm not going to hold you. All that him and Han I did about wanting this palette. All that fighting I did for this palette. Your girl Lily hasn't even used it yet. So I'll probably be using it between now and February 14th. Who knows? Who knows with me, okay? Because there's so many palettes, so little time, guys. But we all know. When it comes to like shimmers and mattes and anything in between, ColourPop, I mean, dadabomb.com, okay? ColourPop has a great formula. To be so affordable too, like, yeah. I love that formula. I don't really feature ColourPop as much as I would like to on my channel. Perhaps I should start, because I mean, I've got ColourPop palettes, but yes, guys, look at this one right here. Guys, I'm not going to hold you about this here palette, okay? Yes. Those are nice shades, right? Those are nice shades. Guys. So, you can get soft looks. You can go from day to night. You can do brunch looks with this. Yeah, this is just, I mean, this is for a person who loves a bunch of pink, guys. A bunch of pink. But that's the reason I consider this a Valentine's Day inspired palette. Okay, guys, this next palette is by a brand that I really don't hear about often, guys. Hardly at all, guys. Hardly at all. And I want to say, I learned about this palette by, is it Amy Loves Makeup? I cannot remember her name for the life of me. But yes, this is by Maybe Cosmetics. Yeah, this is the Take Me to Paris palette. Now, guys, this one, to me, it does scream Valentine's Day. Look at this color story, guys. Look at this color story. This color story is gorgeous, guys. It is so stinking cute. You've got your little pink in there, that light pink. You got like your little cream. You got a nice array of pinks. This is sort of like a burgundy-ish pink. You got pink down here, and you even have that pop of green and that neutral shade. Guys, this is really, really cute. Like, really, really cute. And I feel like even though it would seem like you're limited to pink looks. No, with this one, you can go nude, you know, with these two shades right here. Yeah, and the formula's not bad either, guys. I mean, it's not bad at all. Of course, it's not like gonna give you like a shock value of say like certain other indie brands like Give Me Glowing, things like that. But this is pretty for what it's worth. And I feel like they always have sales, guys. They always have sales. Those are some of the shimmers. And yeah, I want to say I had the Los Angeles palette. And when I used that one, I was really impressed with the formula, guys. And those are some of the mattes right there. So yeah, I mean, while this is not all the way pink, again, like I said, guys, green is making a debut, considered to be like a Valentine's Day shade. Yeah, I do believe, in my opinion, this is a Valentine's Day inspired palette. Okay, guys, the next palette I have here is by a company called X&O Cosmetics. This is the X&O Cosmetics. What's the name of the palette? With Love from Paris, guys. With Love from Paris, the name's down there. Guys, now, how I heard about X&O Cosmetics really was when I was going on like Insta, and there were like indie brand Instagrams that would show different palettes and things like that. I believe that's how I found out about this palette. But guys, look at this palette. This is a Valentine's Day inspired palette, day in, day out, all year long, guys. All year long. I mean, you've got your nice burgundy here. You've got your pinks here. Even though these are like taupey shades and things like that, still, that is Valentine's Day all the way. I am a firm believer, okay? I'm a firm believer that pink and gray, they go together really well, guys. They go together really well. And again, Valentine's Day doesn't always have to be totally pink, you know. But to me, this is what I call inspired Valentine's Day palette, because the majority of the shades are that. Guys, like, come on now, guys. Look at those shades. Like, look at these shades, guys. These shades are so thinky curved. And the formula is nice, guys. I actually used this palette before, okay? And I can attest, this is a nice palette. And it was affordable. I want to say, at the time I got this palette, it might have been $15. It might have been $15. This is a very affordable brand. Guys, yeah. But for sure, guys. Know what to say here. Know what to say here. Look at the color story again. I stand 10 toes down on that. This is a Valentine's Day inspired palette. Okay, guys, this next palette I have here is most definitely a Valentine's Day inspired palette. And I mean, this palette, when it first launched by Makeup by Yolanda, this palette, it stayed sold out. But then she finally got it back. And I think it's been in regular rotation since. But this palette here, this is the Pembe Love Epidemic palette. Now, guys, listen. Listen, Linda. Listen, honey. If there was any palette that's packaging on the outside is indicative of what's on the inside, this would be the palette. Guys. Look at this palette. Like, don't play with me. Don't play with me. Do not play with your girl. This is Valentine's Day all the way. I can show you this close up. I can show you this in the middle. I can show you this far away. Like, you can see this palette coming, honey. You can see this palette coming. Pembe, she has a bomb.com formula. Her formula is like low-key unmatched. I mean, if I'm being honest, both shimmers and mattes the same. Guys, this is just a nice palette. I mean, her formulas, her stuff is so blendable. Even if, like, you overdo it, okay, yeah, they blend out like a dream. Do you see how pretty that is? And you can just look on my fingers and just tell these mattes are soft, okay? These mattes are just soft. And I mean, look at all of these pinks. Like, come on, guys. Let's not fool ourselves here. This is a nice palette. Like, this is a really nice palette. Like, I'm not going to hold you. Wow, this is most definitely matte heavy. And there's only three shimmers in the whole palette. I'm totally okay with that, guys. I don't have to have no whole bunch of shimmers, okay? I just do not. Not when it comes to a formula like this. And here are the shimmers. And the 3 shimmers that are in here are still going, okay? Yes, they are just still going. Like, come on now, guys. I mean, let's not kid ourselves here. Show you one more time. Yeah. No more to say here. No more to see here. This is most definitely a Valentine's Day inspired palette. Okay, guys, the next palette I have here is by Give Me Glow Cosmetics. Guys, come on now. The Give Me Glow Vivid Rose palette. Guys, this is a gorgeous palette. Now, listen to this. Look at this. Like, does it get any more romantic than that? No. Guys, this is a pretty palette. Now, what I will tell you about her formula, though, her stuff, she does do pigments. These are definitely pigments. And there are some pigments of hers that you kind of got to know how to work with. You know, you kind of got to know how to work with, because every now and then they'll get a little patchy. But the work you have to do for the mattes, yeah, they're totally balanced out for the lack of work you have to do for these shimmers. Guys, any of you guys, my peeps, who's been watching my videos, or anybody's videos for that matter, any period of time already knows, Give Me Glow is all the rage. It's been all the rage for years. Her Christmas morning palette is always a hit. Okay, guys, I think I've gone through 2 of those because one broke and I just was having like, I just needed a nice looking palette. Yeah, I got it again, okay, with my crazy self. But look at these shades. Like, come on, guys. Let's not kid ourselves about this palette. Like, I mean, look at that. That's not nothing but a handful of romance right there. So, yeah. Let me show you one more time, guys, so you can get the gist. And this is totally regular on her site. I'm sure that this is still on her site. If not sold out, she does restock. But, yeah, I mean, from the packaging to the color story to the performance, this, by far, is definitely a Valentine's Day inspired palette. Okay, guys, this next palette I'm about to show you is a 6-pan by Juvia's. This is the Juvia's Place Blush Rose palette. Now, guys, anytime you see rose in the name of a video, it's probably most likely going to be a Valentine's Day inspired palette. I'm not going to hold you. Okay, guys, now here's what this color story looks like. And yes, while it's not pink through and through, we do have a nice amount of pinks in here. We've got 3 pinks in here. This shade right here, it does have like maybe like a rosy hue to it, sort of, somewhat. It's like a burnt brown, but it does have like, you know, it's got that in it. It's got the tendency to be a rose shade. So here's what this one looks like, guys. Now again, I will say that these do lean a little more on a neutral side, but guys, I mean, for my deeper skin tone beauties, some of my deeper skin tone beauties are not out here wearing some of these pinks because it will not show up. But the shimmers definitely are going. This is a nice alternative if you don't want to do pink, but you just want a little bit of pink, but you really want it to be neutral. So yeah, yeah. This color story is nice. Very nice. And this is actually one of her 6 pans that she didn't miss the mark on, okay? Because Julia and them 6 pans, they can be a little bit suspect, guys. They can be a little suspect. But nonetheless, guys, I do feel like this is definitely a Valentine's Day inspired palette. Okay, guys, this next palette is by another indie brand and called Be Bella. This is the Sweetest Valentine eyeshadow palette, okay? It's going to have to be Valentine's Day inspired to have a name like that. Guys, do you see this color story? Do you see these shades? Would you look at them? Would you look at them? Would you look at damn. I mean, you could say that this is not screaming Valentine's Day, but guys, come on now. This is screaming Valentine's Day all the way. You got your pinks in here. You got some purples. You do have that little shimmer. Maybe 1 or 2 neutrals. But honey, listen. This is Valentine's Day all the way. Okay? And I've not used this palette once. But look at these shimmers though. Like, guys, these shimmers look wet. The shimmers look wet. I know I said I wasn't going to do swatches. But I feel like I've swatched every palette that I've showed you guys on people. I mean, so we might as well keep that same energy going. God, look at these shades. Look at those. Look at them. Okay? Just look at them. And then just for the kick, let me go ahead and do a couple of mattes. Guys, these mattes feel buttery as all gets out. Okay? Look at those. Like, come on now, guys. We're not going to play. Like, this does not scream Valentine's Day because, guys, it does. It absolutely does. So, yeah, let me show you one more time. Just so you can get the gist. And Be Bella is a very affordable brand, guys. I mean, a very affordable brand. When I say affordable, I mean, like, I know I might have only paid $15 or $20 for this palette. I'm almost certain I've only paid $15 or $20 for this palette. I'm not going to hold you. And I've had it for a while, guys. And I mean, yeah, it's going to stay in my collection forever and ever, amen, even if I never use it. But absolutely positively, this is a Valentine's Day inspired palette. Okay, guys, this next palette I'm about to show you is by Tarte. I got here the Tartelette Juicy palette. Now, guys, I actually used this palette before, and I actually do like it quite a lot, guys. Quite a lot. And here's the color story, okay? Guys, tell me that's not a Valentine's Day inspired palette. I mean, you can tell me if you want to, but it's a Valentine's Day inspired palette. What I like about this, though, is you have those pinks. You've got, like, the little washes of peach. You've got, like, the nice neutrals in here. You've got a deepening shade in here if you need to use it. Guys, this is just a nice palette all the way. Now, I will tell you this, though. I feel like what makes this, like, my brown girl friendly palette is this shade right here. It's actually quite deep, guys. Yes, that's how deep it is. And, yeah, you can use that to deepen up any of these lighter shades. I do wish, though, that they could have been a little more inclusive with this. I feel like it is missing maybe a couple of, like, other kind of pinks. I feel like maybe here and here. Okay, I don't think we needed these two. Definitely didn't need these two. You know what I'm saying? We could have had, like, a kind of a fuchsia color up in here, something like that, to set this palette right on off. But guys, I still stand by it. It's definitely Valentine's Day inspired because it's soft, it's romantic, it's got the pinks. You know what I mean? It embodies everything that I would consider Valentine's Day, guys. I mean, come on, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. This is a nice palette, okay? These are some of those shades. And yes, this could be a Valentine's Day day party, Valentine's Day night party, brunch, anything like that. So yeah, I most definitely consider this to be a Valentine's Day inspired palette. Okay, guys, this next palette I have here is by Unearthly Cosmetics. This is the Unearthly Cosmetics Sleepover palette. Guys, when this palette came out, I knew I had to have this palette. I absolutely knew I had to have this palette, guys. Like, this palette is so stinky crew. Guys, when this palette first came out, it was like a going joke, okay? It did with me, okay? This was DJ, who was DJ Monet. And then this was Colorful Camille, aka KK. Okay? 3 peas in a pot. But guys, on the inside of this palette, though, look. Do you see this palette? Guys, this palette is gorgeous, guys. It is absolutely gorgeous. Like, this is, what's this? What do you see other than Valentine's Day in this palette? Don't worry. I'll wait. Guys, this palette's thebomb.com. You've got your little fuchsias here, your shocking pinks. You've got like these purpley hues in here. You've got that pink down there. Guys, listen, I don't even know what I'm talking about to you, okay? I don't even know why we're even discussing this. I mean, what's understood don't need to be explained. Look at these. And now, Unearthly Cosmetics, they have a great formula too, guys. Like, their formula is unmatched. And I have several of their palettes. Like, I need to start using them. But I have them nonetheless, guys, okay? I have them nonetheless, okay? Guys, look at the saturation of those mattes, though. Like, we're not going to play. We are not going to play like this is not a nice palette, okay? And then those are some of the mattes. And what I like about this is, you know, there are some of my beauties who like a deeper look. You know, it doesn't always have to be a soft look. There are some of my beauty that they want a full-on cut crease no matter what they do. And this will give it to you. Bars. So yeah, this is really cute. I want to say, does she still have this on her site? She might, guys. She might. She has been doing a lot of sales lately too. I feel like maybe she's moving toward a different packaging or something like that. I don't know. I'm not sure. But yes, this is by far, most definitely, a Valentine's Day inspired palette. Okay, guys, this next palette I have here is actually by Violet Voss. This is the Violet Voss Sakura Blossom palette. Guys, listen. I wanted this palette so bad when it first came out. I wanted it so bad. Like, it had me in a chokehold. I mean, like, so bad. I'm certain I paid full price for this palette. I didn't wait for this palette to go on sale. No. Once I saw it was out and once I saw the color story, I might have fought it. I probably fought it from like 9 a.m. to about noon. But then I had to pull the trigger. Okay? And let me show you why, guys. Let me show you why. Guys. Tell me this is not a Valentine's Day inspired palette. I dare you. I double dog dare you. I triple dare you. This is Valentine's Day all the way. Guys, I need to use this palette, okay? Because I've had it for, well, it's had to have been 2 years I've had this palette. But, guys, now, I'm not going to hold you. Violet Voss, she got on the map with, what were her first palettes? Like the hashtag palette, and then she had a different kind of palette, then a coffee palette. Yeah, but her formula is thebomb.com. Like, I'm not going to hold you. There's no need in telling no stories. There's no need in telling no lies, okay? Her formula is nice. And I feel like people sleep on Violet Voss because, I mean, every palette that I have of hers, like, whether it's through swatching it or even using it, guys, I like the palette, okay? Yeah, this is Valentine's Day all the way. Like, I give you one more peek at it. I mean, but that's about it. We don't need to go any further. This is nice. And I feel like Sephora did have some of her palettes on sale for, what is it, 30% off, something like that. And I want to say, did this make the cut? This might have been, guys. And I think I might have saw it even on the Boxy pop-up. Well, maybe not the Boxy pop-up, the Ipsy pop-up. One of those things. But this is by far, guys. There's no need to say any more about it. This is a Valentine's Day inspired palette. For sure. Okay, guys. This next palette here is by far a Valentine's Day inspired palette. This is an OG palette. Like, this is a vintage palette. This is a classic, okay? And it's by Huda Beauty. Yeah, the Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette. But this is the remastered one. Guys, I know you guys, my peeps, remember this palette. I know you do because this palette is unforgettable. It's unforgettable, guys. It's unforgettable. Here's what this palette looks like. Guys, is that or is that not a Valentine's Day inspired palette? Yes, it is, guys. Yes, it is. Guys, you've got these pretty pinks in here. You've got like this corally pink right here. You've got these soft pink shimmers. You've got the rose gold right here. Guys, this embosses Valentine's Day. Like, it really does, guys. It really does. And the thing about it is, we have these palettes in our collection, and it doesn't occur to us that our palettes totally do double duty, triple duty. Because you even have the neutrals in here. Like for my girlies who really don't do that pink like that. But they do want something that looks soft and nice. And guys, I mean, the formula is unmatched. I mean, we don't have to say much about Huda's formula, okay? Because we know her formulas are always on point. Her formulas are always on hit, guys. They are just always on hit. I mean, mattes, shimmers, don't matter, okay? I mean, even if she had sequin shades, I'm sure they would be the bomb. The only kind of shades I don't like that she tries to now put in her palettes is that stuff that look like what? Jelly, the little clear gels with the beads in them. I don't really jive with those. But guys, come on now. This palette is the bomb. This palette is gorgeous, okay? It's nice and pink. It embosses everything romantic. And it's definitely a Valentine's Day inspired palette. Okay, guys, this next palette I have here definitely needs no introduction. It is a recent release. It's by Mother. And yeah, you knew it had to make the cut, okay? You knew it had to make the cut. Yeah, most definitely. Okay, which one is this one? Because she got so many of them. Yeah, the Mothership 11. Sunlit Seduction. Guys, I mean, I've heard so many mixed reviews about this palette. You know, so many people were saying they were disappointed. I don't know if it was about the color story or the formula, which, if it's the formula, I don't know how, because, yeah, no matter what, Mother can't mess it up. But guys, this palette is gorgeous, okay? This palette is absolutely gorgeous. Like, listen, even holding it from back here, we cannot deny this is a Valentine's Day inspired palette. It's soft, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous. But let me show you right close up right quick, okay? Guys, come on now. Is this not a romantic palette? Is this not a romantic palette? And the thing about it, guys, is while one would think the Divine Rose would have made it as one of my Valentine's Day inspired palette, no, guys, it did not, guys. It did not. Because this one to me is more romantic. Yeah, well, the other palette's called Divine Rose. Yeah. It's Divine Rose. It's a bunch of neutrals in there. Like, that's what it is to me, guys. I mean, it might have a couple 1, 2, 3 pinks, but not any to speak of. But this one, guys, this one does. That pink right there is beautiful. These are definitely pink leaning. That's pink leaning. This is even pink leaning. Like, this the one, guys. This is the one. I mean, and at this point in time, do I want to swatch it? Like, I might as well, because that's probably the only way I'm going to use it, child. I haven't been using my palettes. But guys, and they are so soft. Like, I don't know, guys. I don't know what to really say. I mean, except, yeah, that's Valentine's Day. Look at that. That's a Valentine's Day reddish burgundy if I've ever seen one in my life. Guys, this palette, oh yes. I gotta use this palette. Like, do I need to use this palette tomorrow, guys? Let your girl know. I mean, tomorrow will be here by the time you see this video. But at any rate, guys, let me show you one more time. This palette is gorgeous. This palette looks amazing. This is a Valentine's Day inspired palette. Okay, guys, this next palette right here, it's also from an indie brand. And I want to say it's a black-owned indie brand, if I'm being honest. This is by Mocha Cosmetics. This is the Mocha Cosmetics Marvelous palette. Guys, I am loving that play on words. Guys, this is a pretty palette. Now, let me show you what it looks like. I don't know if you can see it from afar, but even looking at it from afar, guys, does that or doesn't that not look like a Valentine's Day inspired palette? And let me show you up close. Guys, you've got those pretty pinks, that coral. Guys, you've even got a glitter or two in here. Okay, for those of you guys, my peeps who like glitters. Guys, this screams Valentine's Day all the way. You've got the mauves in here, and then you even have the neutrals in here. But guys, those new neutrals, they would complement these pinks so very well, guys. So very well. And yeah, I mean, and these pressed glitters, they look like they're stunning. They do look like they're stunning. It almost makes me want to try and use them. But yeah, I don't really do that, okay? I don't really do glitters like that. But guys, look at these shades. So Valentine's Day inspired. Now, we'll tell you this though, guys. As far as these shimmers in this palette, they more so feel like satins, if I'm being honest. But guys, look at this. Okay, this is really nice. This is a really nice color story, and it seems like upon swatching them, the mattes are really nice. They're not dry. You know, they've got that smooth feeling to them. Yeah, it's just a pretty palette. And this glitter, oh, it's so cute. It just makes me want to use it. Okay, it just does, guys. It just does. So yeah, no more to say here, no more to see here. I mean, the name says it all. Marvelous, and it's definitely a Valentine's Day inspired palette. Okay, guys, the next palette I have here is by Glamlight. This is the Glamlight, and I want to say is the Red Velvet palette, guys, because I don't see the name on here anywhere. Okay, everything is www Glamlight, so I think it is. Yes, I'm almost sure it is, guys. I'm almost sure it is. Guys, first of all, let's give it up for the packaging. Glamlight always kills it on the packaging. I mean, it's even got nutritional facts on the back. But we're talking about the inside of the palette, though. Gas. Do you see this palette? Do you see that color story? Is that or is that not? I mean, just tell me. Is that not a Valentine's Day inspired palette? It is, guys. It is. You've got the purple. You've got the pinks. You've got the red. Guys, you got the silver over here. You got your little bit of champagne gold in there. Everything that encompasses Valentine's Day, you have in this palette, okay? This palette is the bomb. Like, it is the bomb. Again, most of these palettes you are going to see are going to be in prestige shade because, yeah, I have palettes of shame. Yes, I do, guys. I do. But, nonetheless, these are some pretty shades. And we all know and love Glamlight and her formula. Her formula is thebomb.com. Look at those shimmers. Okay. Those are nice. Okay. And then this shade Red Velvet here. And this shade Super Moist. Come on, guys. We are not going to play around when it comes to this palette. And it encompasses Valentine's Day. Stop it, guys. Let's just stop it, okay? Let's just stop the madness and just enjoy it one more time before I close it up. From the name, to the packaging, to the shade names, to the color story, to the formula, this is most definitely a Valentine's Day inspired palette. Okay, guys, the next palette I have here is most definitely, to me, Valentine's Day inspired all the way. The Natasha Denona Love palette. Now, guys, this is a gorgeous palette. I feel like when I did my rankings video, this was not as high as I would have liked it to be, only because that's what I consider it, strictly for like that kind of holiday season. But guys, look at this color story. Like, I mean, come on, guys. This embosses love. Like, this encompasses love on a deeper level. I know it's not that deep, but just entertain me for a minute, guys. Look at this color story. You've got the pinks. You've got some purples. You've got the red. And guys, I'm not going to hold you. There's nothing about this that does not scream Valentine's Day. Natasha did it great. She almost did it best. Guys, you are not going to find a brown in here. You're not going to find a neutral in here. Maybe the shimmers, but that's because we need an inner corner highlight. But guys, come on. This is Valentine's Day all the way. Like, if you want a palette that you are like, I want to make sure it's Valentine's Day. Look, I don't want to be almost sure it's Valentine's Day. I want it to be Valentine's Day. This is the palette. You're not going to get nothing but a Valentine's Day look up out of this. You just are not, guys. It's just not going to happen. I mean, you can try it and just let me know how that magic trick turns out. But guys, not me. I have to let you know about her formula. Her formula is the bomb. Like, there's nothing to discuss here. And I feel like this is one of her palettes that does not have that formula that I am not fond of. These are all regular mattes, okay? I want to say they are, guys. And if they're not, okay, I don't know it. Guys, this is a nice palette, okay? It's nice, sensual, pretty, all that, guys. A Valentine's Day inspired palette. And guys, I do want you to excuse my hoarseness. I mean, I'm quite hoarse because today is Sunday. I went to church. Yeah. The sermon was all that. It hit all the angles. It hit home. Yeah. And you just know how it goes when you're saying amen at the top of your lungs. So excuse that, guys. Excuse that. So this next palette I have here is by Beauty Bay. This is the Beauty Bay New Romantic palette. Now, guys, this is a gorgeous palette. This is a gorgeous palette. Like, this palette is Gorgina, honey. This palette is all the way Gorgina. Guys, look at this palette. I mean, this palette is pretty from a distance, okay? If I don't even put it up to the screen, you know this is a Valentine's Day palette. I mean, first of all, because it's called New Romantic. Second of all, because the inside of the palette is indicative of what's on the outside of the palette. But guys, look at that color story. Like, come on now, guys. Come on. Now, this is one that does seem to have like 1 or 2 neutrals up in there. Maybe 3. But it does have a black, which is a nice touch. But guys, I mean, it's the formula for me. Like, Beauty Bay, their formula just is killing the game on so many levels. But you guys, my peeps, already know that. I mean, guys, I mean, look at this. Like, you can make an eye look with the shades that's on my finger right now and be good. And you can't mess it up. And you can't do it wrong. This is most definitely like a well-rounded palette. It's very cohesive in my opinion. The formula of it, I'm sure is the bomb because I've used so many of their palettes. I'm so familiar with their formula. This palette is beautiful. Like, this palette makes me happy when I look at it. It just does, guys. It just does. Yeah. I need to use this palette. I really do, guys. I don't know if it'll be in this lifetime, but I do need to use it. So yeah, I most definitely by far consider this a Valentine's Day inspired palette. Okay, guys, we have yet another palette by Kylie Jenner, of course. This is the Kylie Jenner You're So Money Baby palette. Now, guys, this palette is so stinking cute. I actually got this palette on sale on her site. I didn't get it when it first came out. I wasn't going to get it at all, but the color story had me in the chokehold. So, yeah, there's no need to torture myself with it. Right. So, here's what this one looks like, guys. This is another one from a distance. Look at those pinks. Look at that burgundy. Guys, look at this color story. This color story is Valentine's Day if it's nothing else, okay? We've got those pinks. We've got like this burgundy here. You do have a couple little greens in here just to mix it up a little bit. You know, I mean, pink rose. That's what that is. A pink rose, okay? Pink with the green stems and the greenery. Guys, this is pretty. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Okay? Kylie's formula can sometimes be a little hit or miss. But nonetheless, guys, I digress because I will buy her palettes again and again and again and again and again because, yeah, I mean, when it's hitting, it's hitting. It's almost like it's worth taking a chance. But guys, here's what these shimmers look like. Okay. Guys, look. Oh, and see the thing about Kylie when she wants to, honey, her stuff has that sparkle factor. You know, it's got that glitz factor to it. Like, it really does, guys. And I feel like the shades in this one, though, the mattes, they're more buildable. I can just tell by swatching, they're quite buildable. That is what you're going to get with this. But then again, I mean, Kylie Jenner, she's not the cut creasy type of female. You know what I'm saying? That's not what she do, okay? But look at that. Look at those mats. This is a pretty palette. Like, yeah, all right. Yes, guys. That's beautiful, okay? So, yeah. This right here, it's got the greens, it's got the pinks. Yeah, everything that we love. And that's why I think this is a Valentine's Day inspired palette. Okay, guys, I do have another Violet Voss palette here. Now, this one is the Violet Voss I Love You Cherry Much palette. Guys, this is another one that had me in a chokehold. I had to get it because of the color story. Like, look at that color story. You see that color story? I know you see that color story. This color story is most definitely Valentine's Day worthy. And I say because it is. Do you see how those reds are? You've got those deep, sexy red, like the burgundies, things like that. You're not going to find that boom, bare face, in your face, pop a red. But this is still red on another level. This is that sophisticated red. This is that red where you want to make a statement, but you're just going out to a nice dinner. That's what this palette does, guys. And I think it's absolutely gorgeous, guys. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, the thing about Violet, she does have several different kind of formulas. And I feel like you can get palettes of hers that will have like the shimmer factor. But you'll also get some satins. You'll also get like maybe every now and then some metallics. Like, there's definitely a market for the type of formula she has. Like, there's like 3 different formulas on my hand, guys. It really is. But her mattes, like, I don't know how to describe her mattes. Her mattes, while they're buildable, they don't take long to build up. And her mattes blend like a freaking dream. Like, her mattes blend like a dream. I mean, they do, guys. Anybody who's ever used one of her palettes can attest to that. And that's what those look like. Guys, yes. This is romance all the way. Like, yeah, it doesn't get it much more romantic than this. And this is definitely why this made what I consider to be part of my Valentine's Day palette collection. Okay, guys, this next palette I'm about to show you is by Sigma. This is the Sigma New Mod palette. Now, guys, this palette right here was a pleasant surprise in person. I knew that it was like a pinky palette, like a nice soft looking palette, but guys, this palette looks really good in real life, okay? It just does, guys. And here it is, guys. This is what the palette looks like. Now, I know what you're thinking. Lily, how in the world is this a Valentine's Day inspired palette with all them neutrals in there? Because, guys, this is a grip of neutrals. But, look though. Look at all these pinks. Look at this pink. Look at this shifty shade. Guys, this is a Valentine's Day inspired palette. Because at the end of the day, guys, like I said, Valentine's Day pink does not have to be the brightest pink, you know, in the land. You know, it can just be something subtle. Just a subtle hint of pink. Just something to say, okay, I'm here and I represent, okay? Here's what these shades look like. This is what they look like. Nice, pinky, purpley type of shades. And Sigma, now their formula, again, it's not going to be like a formula of some singles you might get from a JD Glow or Terra Moons or even Davina. But you're going to get that sophisticated type. You know what I mean? Very sophisticated. And while Sigma's shadows, they don't swatch out the best. I'm not going to hold you. They do not swatch out the best. And I'm talking about the shimmers. Once you use a base on here, yeah, it's all over. Okay, it is all over. Guys, look at that. Yeah, this is really nice, guys. So, yeah, no more to say here, no more to see here. Now, I am going to tell you this, guys. This is what had me mad about this palette. This is what really has me mad about this palette. the way it stains, okay? It stains, and yeah, that's the biggest problem. But here's the good news, guys. It appears that using a wipe, okay, look, use a wipe is good as new, okay? Good as new, guys. So yeah, for my people who like a more toned down look, but want to make a statement with your eyes, this is what I would consider for you a Valentine's Day inspired palette. Okay, guys, I have another 6-pan by Juvia's here. The Juvia's, the Sweet Pinks. Guys, I know you know what this palette looks like. Look at this palette. This is 6, of the most perfectly curated pinks you can have. Guys, look at this color story. Just look at it. You've got your hot pink. You've got the little peachy tone here. You've got you a coral. And then you've got 3 different shades of pinks for the lid. Guys, this is cute. I would say if there were one shade in this palette that probably could be switched out, no, there are none. This is curated perfectly. I stand corrected, guys. I stand corrected. And yeah, come on, guys. Sweet pinks. It says it all. All you're going to get out of here is pinks, okay? So, if you're going to think you're going to get anything other than a pink look out of this palette, that's all you're going to get, child. You're going to get a pink look. Pink all the way. Pink all day. That's what you're going to get. But I do like this formula quite a lot, guys. Quite a lot. Yeah. Yup. Yeah. So these are what those shades look like. Guys, yeah. This is a pretty one. This is a nice one. This is one that you would use when you don't want to even think about it. Think about how you're going to curate your look, because you only have 6 to choose from. And these are 6 that you use. You can't mess it up. So yeah. This is a no-brainer that this would be a Valentine's Day inspired palette. Okay, guys, the next palette that I have here is by Siren XO. Guys, this palette I absolutely love. This is the Siren XO Karma palette. Guys, I use this palette, and this palette turned out a bomb.com. Look, it was striking. It made a statement. It was the bomb.com. But let me show you the inside right quick while I'm tripping. Guys. You see this palette? You see this palette? Yeah. Guys. This palette is killing the game. You've got the hot pinks. You've got the corals. You've got the reds. You've got the orange red. You've got the burgundy. You got the deepening shade. You got a neutral here. And guys, you got that light, deep cranberry. Guys, if this is not Valentine's Day, I don't know what is. And guys, I mean, these bottom shades, when you open up the palette, instantly, the bottom shades, you can't help but gravitate toward them. You just cannot help it. Come on. And I had no problem out of these mattes. None. Usually when you have some that look like pigments like this, they can tend to give a problem. But no. These, they perform like a bona fide shadow, not a pigment. And the shimmers, while these are more of not a metallic, they're more of satiny type of shimmers. I don't much mind that, guys. I don't much mind that at all, because, again, they don't have to always be boom bam in your face. Those are the shimmers right there. Guys, look. I don't know what else to say about this palette. And the black, okay? Let me show you this black right quick, okay? Just so you can see. That's a nice black. That's a nice black, guys. That's a nice black. And guys, you already know the mattes are the bomb, because just in me swatching, it's got that spillage because they're so smooth. So yeah, Don't sleep on Siren XO. I have 3 of their palettes, and I absolutely love them all. I love them all, guys. I love them all. So yeah, with the color story of this one, there is no doubt in my mind that this is a Valentine's Day inspired palette. For sure. Okay, guys, this next Valentine's Day palette is for my goth beauties out there. This is the Glam Light Chucky palette. Guys, yeah, this the Crazy in Love palette. Yeah, you see that. Guys, now, why I say this is my goth lovers, my girls who like the deeper looks, the darker looks, is because this is my grungy Valentine. Okay, this would be my grungy Valentine. This would be a look I would wear. Honestly, this is a nice anti-Valentine's Day palette too, if I'm being honest. But if you look at it, guys, it's got those burgundies, the deep purples. You've got that gray. Guys, you've got the black. You've got like the black with like the reddish shimmers. Like, come on, guys. Come on. This palette, for my grunge lovers out there, this is killing the game. I feel like, even though I decluttered that palette, and it's unfortunate, the Wine and Only palette by ColourPop, it was like a bunch of like cranberries in there, sort of deep like this, but they would go together rather nicely too, guys. But yeah, this is a nice palette. Like, this is a really nice palette. I'll just watch a couple just to show you guys, my peeps, what I'm talking about. But yeah, like, look at this. Oh, a grungy Valentine's Day shimmer. Guys, yeah, this is a nice palette. I'm not going to hold you. I think this is a very nice palette. Like, yeah, this is a nice one. Again, guys, this is for like my grungy lovers out there who are like, pink, you stink. This is the perfect one for that. So yeah, that's why it absolutely made the cut of what I consider to be a Valentine's Day inspired palette. Okay, guys, this next palette I'm about to show you, I kind of hate that it was like limited edition or it was like a collab palette. I love that it was a collab palette because I was able to get it, but it didn't stay in regular rotation. It's by Too Faced. This is a Too Faced Mario Amor Caliente palette. And I know I'm probably pronouncing her name wrong, guys. Don't charge it to my head, not my heart. It's either Mariale, Mario. You get the gist, guys. You get the gist, and I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. But guys, listen. First of all, the packaging is super stunning, guys. It's super stunning. But look at this inside, though. You guys. Look at this palette. Okay? This palette is gorgeous. Now, while this palette is not your standard everything pink palette, you still got the pinks. You've got the red. You've got like an orangey red, which is like a coral, which we know is romantic. You got this like light mauvey pink in here. And yeah, I mean, one thing I will say though, guys, about this palette, looking at it closely, while we do have Hot and Spicy here, which is a nice deepening shade, I feel like there's a couple of shades that are repeats that we didn't need or they was too close together. Like, we didn't need both of these. I'm sorry. We did not need both of these. We could have did something differently here, guys. We didn't need both of those. But that doesn't take away from the fact that it is a beautiful palette. I feel what makes a Valentine's Day palette so special, so well-rounded, is the fact that you can have like neutrals. You can have like those coral shades. Guys, look at that shimmer. You know, it can be a palette that you are not going to just pick up for Valentine's Day. But should you do it, guys, like, this definitely one of the ones to pick up. Okay, this is definitely one of the ones to pick up. But unfortunately, guys, I do think this is discontinued. I want to say you can probably get on Mercari and stuff like that because you can almost get anything on Mercari at any given moment, guys. Or Poshmark or anything like that. You know, third-party sellers, stuff like that. But yeah, this is cute. From the packaging to the color story, yeah. I totally feel that this is a Valentine's Day inspired palette. Guys, we are moving right along, and your girl Lily's almost done For real, guys, for real. So the next palette I have here, which really got like bad press, guys. It really did get bad press, and I sure do hate it because it's such a pretty palette. This is by Melt Cosmetics. It is the Melt Cosmetics Millennial Pinks palette. Now, guys, this palette, first of all, let me show you the color story, okay? You've seen it before. But, guys, I mean, it's pink and gray. Pink and gray. That is romantic all the way. I think the gray and the silver adds a nice touch. You can deepen with these shades. Pink and gray go together. In my humble opinion, pink and gray go together very well, guys. The only thing, though, is people are tripping on the formula. And I say people because I have not used my palette, guys. I have not used my palette. So, and I feel like part of the reason I have not used my palette is because what people are saying about it. But, guys, I mean, this is a romantic palette. Like, it's really cute, guys. It's really, really cute. Like, yeah. How many times I'm going to say it's really cute? Guys, it's nice and soft. Guys, it's nice. This feels like a very nice formula. Now, we already know about Melt Cosmetics and their shimmers, guys. Like, the shimmers can be a little suspect. And it's watching this, it seems the same with this. But either way, guys, it's still a pretty palette. I do like the color story quite a lot. This most definitely is going to take you to like that Valentine's Day level. You'll get a cute pink look out of it. As long as you stay within the pinks and not touch the grays and the pinks, if you're not experienced enough to do so, yeah, you can't mess it up, guys. You can't mess it up. So yeah, while pretty problematic, yeah, I still think it's a Valentine's Day inspired palette. Okay, guys, this next palette I have here is also another black-owned brand, indie brand. It's by Pink Lips Cosmetics. It's the pink palette, okay? Guys, I've had this palette a couple years, and I used it a couple times, and I absolutely love this palette. I love everything about this palette. Guys, look at this color story. This color story is amazeballs, guys. This color story is amazeballs. Like, you've got pinks and purples. You have maybe one neutral in here, which is this. And the only reason I feel like that would make it a Valentine's Day appropriate palette is because it's champagne colored. And what do you drink on Valentine's Day with your love? Champagne. So, guys, yes, this is a pretty palette. I like the performance of these shades. These are like definitely a buildable formula, if I'm being honest about it. But guys, I don't mind that, like, because you can always add, but you can never take away. Look at those colors. Like, don't play with me. Like, do not play with me. Look at those colors. Those colors are just nice, guys. They are just nice. Like, they're nice. Like, they are nice. And the shimmers, I like the shimmers too. Now, the shimmers are not like, you're not going to get a lot of metallic out of it. You're going to get more of like, it's going to be shiny. Okay, they're going to look kind of wet, but they're still cute. Like, they are still cute and they still get the job done. These are the shimmers right here. You see the shine. Yeah, this is just a cute palette. If you put Lily in a palette, this will probably be me, okay? This will probably be me. So yeah, that's it, guys. To me, this is a Valentine's Day inspired palette. Okay, guys, this next palette I'm about to show you is by another black-owned brand who is no longer in business. R.I.P. Midas Cosmetics. This is the Midas Cosmetics Smoky Glow palette. Now, guys, Smoky Glow, of course, you know, she is a personality here on YouTube. She's a content creator, and her content is amazing. I love Smoky Glow. Guys, and I feel like, I think of Smoky Glow when I see this palette, because this is all her, guys. But, guys, look at this palette. Look at this palette. Like, Tell me that's not a Valentine's Day inspired palette. I mean, tell me that's not a Valentine's Day inspired palette. Yeah, it is, guys. It is. It most definitely is. You got the pinks. You got the reds. You got the cranberry. You got the cranberry like burgundy. You got this little purple with the blue ship. You just got, okay? You got. This is beautiful. Now, I have used this palette a couple of times, and wow, there are some collab palettes that come out that I'm not going to hold you. They be straight money grabs. I don't get that with this one. This one has the full package. But anyone who's familiar with Midas Cosmetics knows that Midas Cosmetics, like, their formula was really good. But look at this, guys. You can use every single color on my finger in a look, and it will look like Valentine's Day. It really will, guys. It really will. And I think this is an amazing color story. And that's just a couple of them. Like, come on, guys. Come on. So, yeah. Most definitely, guys. This is Valentine's Day inspired. I love that I'm doing this because I forgot all about the Smoky Glow palette that I had it and just how pretty it was. But yeah, this is absolutely one of my best Valentine's Day inspired palettes. Okay, guys, my next Valentine's Day inspired palette in my collection. This one is by Huda Beauty. This is the Huda Beauty New palette. Now, guys, when she came out with this palette, she low-key broke the internets, okay? She low-key broke the internets because this palette right here is freaking gorgeous. Guys, look at this palette. Like, I know you've seen it before, but just look at it. Like, this embosses Valentine's Day to me because these are like those softer pinks. When I look at this kind of pink, I think of more so like a lace cami, you know what I mean? Like a lace teddy, things like that. This is just like nice. I think of those vintage times, you know, when the ladies wore like the stockings with like the garter belt. Yeah, this is that, okay? This is everything. This is everything like that. Look at those pinks. Quit playing with me. Everything here is pink leaning. I'm not going to hold you. Even when it doesn't look like it, guys, on the eyes, it's pink leaning. Pink with maybe a pop of peach. That's all you're going to get out of here. And guys, like, the formula's a bomb. I mean, wow. I always say, she could have kept these glitters. I mean, I guess they have a place in everybody's look. I suppose they do, guys. I suppose they do. But yeah. It's just soft. It's just something soft about this palette, and I just can't turn away. I just cannot turn away from this palette. It's just so stinking cute, guys. Like, so cute. Even this shade right here, guys, it still got pink to it. Guys, yeah. I can talk on and on about this palette, but I don't have to. There's no need to, guys. Yeah, this definitely made the cut for being a Valentine's Day inspired palette for me. Okay, guys, the next palette I'm about to show you is by Rue Cosmetics. I've got the Rue Cosmetics, the Roaring 20s Carefree palette. Now, guys, let me show you why I think this is a Valentine's Day inspired palette. Guys, does this or does this not remind you of the new palette? I mean, it does, right? It does. Doesn't it, guys? Doesn't it remind you of that palette somewhat, guys? I think it does, guys. It does. Guys, now this is a romantic one. This is one that has stayed in my collection. I had like 3 maybe Rue Cosmetics palettes, maybe 4. This is the one that stayed. I might have kept one more. I'm not sure. But this one stayed. It's not going nowhere. Guys, the formula. Let's talk about this formula. This formula is the bomb. Rue Cosmetics is so slept on. When I say they are slept on, they are so slept on. Guys, no. No. No, This is a nice palette. From the mattes to the shimmers. This is a nice palette in every sense of the word. Those are definitely Huda shades. I'm sorry, they are. This is the color story. Very romantic, very soft, very pretty. It embosses everything girly. Like, for someone who really only does pinks, this could be your all over palette. Like, I mean, it doesn't have a bright pink in there, but if you like soft pink shit, you can do this. You can wear this palette in the daytime for real. You can wear this palette to work for real. There is nothing offensive about this palette. It's very pretty, very girly, very soft, very romantic, and definitely Valentine's Day inspired. Okay, guys, I have another palette by Glamlight. This is the Glamlight Cherry palette. Now, guys, you guys and peeps know there's pink, there's purple, and definitely red when it comes to Valentine's Day. And guys, this is most definitely a red palette. It's red, all the way red. Nothing but red is red. I mean, you got to pop a pink down here and the pop a pink up there. I mean, come on, guys. This is Gorgina, okay? This is Gorgina. Guys, and I mean, we already know about Glamlight's formula. I don't have to talk to you about that no more. We don't have to have that discussion anymore in life, guys. We really don't. Because their formula is always going to be the bomb. But look at these shades. Look at these shades. These shades are amazing. Like, yeah, this is Valentine's Day. All the way. Now, this is most definitely like my risky Valentine's out there, because you're not going to get a soft look. You are not going to get a soft look out of this, guys. You just are not, guys. You are not. And guys, please forgive the noise you hear in the background. That is my neighbor niece, Maria, blowing her nose. She has horrible allergies. So yeah, just excuse that, guys, okay? We got her. She's not feeling good. She's sneezing. And she's got allergies. And then we just got Blue that just don't know how to sit still. So you're going to be hearing pitter-pattering. So excuse that, guys. But yes. Look at this, okay? Like I said, this is for my risky Valentines, okay? You're not gonna do no soft look with this ever. Like, if you are not putting these shades in your crease and above, and you are not cutting that joint, yeah, you can put this palette away. You might want to hang it up, because this is most definitely a racy palette, but it's most definitely Valentine's Day inspired. Okay, guys, I'm officially down to my final 5 palettes. So, this next palette I'm going to show you here. I didn't think I wanted to make this Valentine's Day inspired, but there are some parts of it that still made me think about Valentine's Day, guys. This is the ColourPop Or Could You Not palette. Now, guys, I know what you're thinking. Doesn't ColourPop like have pinky inspired palettes, things like that? And yes, guys, they do. They absolutely positively do. But I don't know if I have those no more. And if I do, when I look at them, I don't really think about Valentine's Day for one reason or another. But this one made me think of it. It did, guys. It did. And you know why? Because for my grungy lovers out there, my deeper skin tone beauties, yeah, look at it. This is a pretty color story. Like, this is a really pretty color story. You do have those orchids in there, but they are a little pink leaning. Like, yeah, guys, this is just a pretty palette. And it's an easy palette. You don't have to think with this palette. You can use any of these shades together and you are not going to mess it up. Not even at all, not even in the least. And yes, guys, I feel like for those who like grungy looks, this is totally Valentine's Day appropriate. Like, I totally stand on that, guys. I stand on it. And I've never used this palette as well, guys, but that's because I know ColourPop's formula is unmatched. Like, okay, maybe not unmatched, but it's good for what it is. So here's what these shades look like. Very sensual, very beautiful. Yeah. Just very easy to use. And here are those shades right there. So yeah, yes, this is definitely what I would consider Valentine's Day inspired for my beauties who want to have the Valentine's Day look without being too pink. Okay, guys, the next palette I'm about to show you guys, my peeps, is from Viseart. This is the Viseart Violette Etendue. Guys, now this is a pretty palette. Now, this palette, I was really sad. There was a palette that Viseart had called the Liaison palette, and it was really purple leaning. And that palette, once it went out of stock, it didn't come back, guys. It did not come back. It never made an appearance. So this one I feel is a nice alternative to that. Here is the color story. Now, guys, I know what you're thinking. Lily, what is Valentine's Day inspired by that? Like, are you serious with all these browns in it? Like, are you serious, Lily? Are you dumb? I know that's what you're thinking, guys. But no, I feel like this is still a nice Valentine's Day inspired palette because these pinks and mauves, they set it off, guys. Silver, that is Valentine's Day all the way. That sets it off, guys. These neutrals to use in your crease if you just want a shock factor on the lid. Guys, this is nice. This is like for my luxury brand makeup users. This is it. This is very pretty. It is a nice palette. And again, it's time for us to get away from pinks all the time. Like, have a little pink in your look without having a pink to look totally pink. I feel like purple is totally like pink's first cousin. I'm certain of it, guys. I'm certain of it. Yeah, so, And I mean, I don't know why I would want to swatch this palette because we already know the swatches are horrible when it comes to Viseart, but look at them, guys. Those are Gorgina, okay? Those are Gorgina. Those are Gorgina. So, yeah, I mean, look at that, guys. So, yeah, for those reasons, I stand 10 toes down on what I said. This is a nice twist on a Valentine's Day inspired palette. Okay, guys, I feel like this next palette absolutely had to make the cut for nothing else but the color story. This is by Morphe. This is the Morphe 35XO Natural Flirt palette. Guys, this is a gorgeous palette. Now, look at this palette. This palette is everything pink. All the way pink, nothing but pink, okay? Look at it, guys. Look at all the pinks. It's so many of them. Guys, this is it. I feel like this palette within itself, I'll do it like this so we probably won't get a lot of glare. But this palette in itself, like, it's a no fuss, no think palette. This is definitely a palette that you don't have to worry about matching up this one with this one with that one, this one with that one. Everything goes well together. This is a very cohesive palette. I will say this. Morphe was doing Morphe with this palette. It has a lot of repetitive shades in here. I'm not gonna lie, it does, guys. I feel like with this palette, there was still a missed opportunity because we could totally have a few more deeper pinks. We could have an aubergine in here. We could have a burgundy in here. I feel like that's probably not what they were going for, but to take up the space of some of these repeats. Like, did we need all 4 of these? Really? Did we need all this row? Probably not, guys. Probably not. But yeah, it's a nice palette though. And I still say it's Valentine's Day inspired. Now the mattes in this palette, I've never had a problem with Morphe mattes. Ever in my life. I like their mattes. It's the shimmers though. Like, these are subpar shimmers. These are, I want to say, Morphe has like drugstore shimmers, but it's some drugstore shimmers that are even better than this, guys. But as far as the color story, I mean, it gets the job done. I mean, and Morphe has some nice little starter palettes, if I'm being honest. But I got it because it's just so pretty. Like, this is just really girly. It's really pink. And it's totally, absolutely, positively Valentine's Day. Okay, guys, we are officially down to our last 2 palettes. And I say these 2 palettes for last on purpose. I actually contemplated whether or not I want to even show these palettes on my channel for fear of being canceled, but I feel like because I have some of the best subbies in the world, and you guys would not cancel me for something like this. I hope, guys, I hope. I'm going to show it because it's about Valentine's Day. It's about Valentine's Day themed palettes. Yeah. It's about separating the artist from the art. That's it, guys. I probably don't even have to tell you what I'm finna show you, okay? I probably don't. But let me show it to you guys, okay? Hold up. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
Wait.
Wait. Hold on. Wait a minute, hold on.
Oh, one second.
Woo! I feel like I need something stronger to give me the nerve to show them, but I'm going to show them, guys. It's coming. Here we go. The first one that I'm going to show you, and the last one I had to show you, I'm sorry, okay? They're both from Heffrey, okay? So feel free to click out now. This here is the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Pink Religion palette. Hear me out, guys. Hear me out. This is for the sake of the video, okay? It's for the sake of the video. I mean, I feel like I could not go without showing this because it is Valentine's Day inspired. I mean, guys, come on now. Look at this color story. Like, this color story is gorgeous. Like, don't play with me. Do not play with your girl. I mean, while we could say a whole lot about Jeffree Star, what we cannot say is he does not know how to do makeups. He does some of the best makeups out there when it comes to palettes. I'm sorry, guys. It's true. It's just true, guys. It's just true, okay? It's just true, okay? I see your eyes. I see them piercing through my soul. I do. I see you so disappointed in me with your hands crossed in the chair. I see it, guys. I see it, okay? I do. But I'm sorry, guys. This is what it is. I'm not gonna show you guys swatches because that's not me promoting the palette. That's just me telling you what's Valentine's Day inspired. And at the end of the day, guys, I mean, everybody don't feel about the same way about Jeffree Star. Some people still support him. Some people still like him. Some people, yeah, they still think that his makeup is fine. And I'm just delivering the news, okay? I'm just delivering news. I don't create it. So yeah, that's it, guys. Know what to say here. Know what to see here. No matter what you have to say about it, this is definitely a Valentine's Day inspired palette. Next. Okay, guys, and the very last palette I'm going to show you, yeah, it's another one from Heffrey, and I'm going to make it quick. I promise, guys. This is the Jeffree Star Bloodlust palette. Now, guys, don't hate me. I'm just telling you. Look at this palette. Like, this palette is another one that screams Valentine's Day to me. It does, guys. It does. Look, it's got the pinks, the purples. It's got that orangey red in there. It's got the dark shade here for my goth lovers. Guys, look at the pinks, the pastel purple. I mean, I'm sorry. This is Valentine's Day inspired, if you ask me. Like, this is a Valentine's Day inspired palette. Like, yeah. And it's versatile too, guys. It's quite versatile. Because, yeah, on days when you don't want to pop out a Valentine's Day look, yeah, you can just throw one of these shades on your lid and you good to go. So, yeah, all right, we're not going to stay on this one long either. Just know how I feel about it. Yeah. I'm going to stand 10 toes down on it, and I'm going to say, without a shadow of a doubt, this is most definitely a Valentine's Day inspired palette. guys. Okay, guys. Finally, we reached the end of this Valentine's Day palette video. And if you're still hanging with your girl Lily, especially after the last two, you're most definitely early. Comment down below the palette I showed you guys, my peeps, that you feel is the most Valentine's Day inspired, because your girl Lily's more than interested to know. So I really want to thank you guys for hanging out with me today while I did my Valentine's Day inspired palette collection video. Yeah! I always love connecting with you guys, my peeps, every chance I get. Every chance I get. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. It only gets greater later, guys. It only gets greater later. So until next time, guys, stay real, stay positive, stay up, and damn it, you better watch, fight, and pray.